Disclaimer, I do not own Yugioh. The show is owned by 4Kids and Yugioh is owned by Konami. But final battle of Battle City is underway. Now it's time for the final duel with Yugi versus Marik. But before the duel starts, Kaiba gives Yugi a card, Fiend Sanctuary. And yeah, we all know how that works. You come out of the field, instead of you taking the damage, the opponent takes the damage essentially. And now it's time for some more banter where Evil Marik going on a whole shtick of how the Pharaoh won't beat him and he's going to take over the world. At this point, we get it because he's been going on it nonstop for so many episodes at this point. It's like, we get it. We got a memo for it. We know. Like, at this point, we just get it. Marik, if that even is your real name, which it probably is. And now it's time for another shadow game. But this time, when the player loses life points, their partner body slowly starts to disappear until they're nothing when one of the other players win the duel. So essentially, now Yugi's actual life is on the line. And if Yugi dies, the Pharaoh also dies because they're sharing a body, essentially. If one of the other Mariks die, I guess it's the same thing. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a whole thing. Meanwhile, Marik's entire strategy hinges on special summoning Ra from the graveyard multiple times, and so many times from the graveyard, and he's gonna make up even more ridiculous effects on what the heck it can't do, or what it can do. Remember, this is the entire show. It hinges on the fact of random facts with Ra. Now, welcome back to more bullcrap Yu-Gi-Oh segments. Today, Winged Dragon and Ra. None of these effects are real. Yugi plays exchange, which basically each player takes up one card from their opponent's hand. Of course, Marik taking Defusion. That'll become important later, but he's not going to use it correctly. Remember that. A lot of these cards are being misplayed. And of course, even with Slifer on the field, because of some bullcrap effect with Ra, he's able to just destroy Slifer just like that. Wow, okay. So much for Slifer, I guess. That was pretty easy. Man, I don't know. Man, was there like a failsafe in that card or something? I'm not sure what happened. Even more flashbacks when Evil Bakura died via Evil Marik, where that duel was no one played Pot of Greed, or played the entire duel right. It was very sad. Yeah, that duel is still very, very sad, apparently. Oh, man. And once again, he's specialing him from the graveyard. What cards are in your hand, Marik? If there's like a Raigeki or Monster Reborn or a Pot of Greed, why don't you use it? I know that's not in his hand, but if it was, it's kind of ridiculous that your hand size is mostly that. His problem is that now he fuses himself with Ra, so putting all but one of his life points into Ra's attack points. I feel like Marik's entire problem with most of his duels that he really just tries to require on just the Winged Dragon and Ra to win the entire thing. You might as well not even have monsters in your... And now he plays Defusion, which for one, he does not have a fusion monster on the field, so that doesn't work. Two, even if he did, how would you undefuse yourself? That doesn't make any sense. The duel should be over, because also Yugi still should be able to attack, because Defusion doesn't just end the battle phase. You just special summon all the monsters back from your graveyard if you can, which Marik can't, so he doesn't do this. Now, of course, with Yugi at opposite on the field, he's finally able to deal some damage right to Marik with a good old punch to the face. I hear that helps a lot in Yu-Gi-Oh! Just summon out a god card, maybe simply obelisk, punch him in the face with it, you're fine. How the card works, apparently. Or not, maybe. I don't know. Yu-Gi-Oh's crazy as hell sometimes. Meanwhile, we go back to Odeon. Yeah, what's he been doing? Finally, good Marik with a vision tells Odeon all the good he's been doing for him. Despite kind of the whole thing going a little sideways, he's still thankful for everything Odeon did. That's a Wick of the Coma. Meanwhile, Marik plays his a trap card, which apparently he says it duplicates the god card on the field. When in reality, the trap card just becomes a monster at 3,000 defense points. So he shouldn't have a slime token or so up obelisk anyways. What are you going on about? More flashbacks on how Yugi first beat Slifer with the whole Magic Cylinder thing and the whole it needs a spellcaster, where Magic Cylinder really doesn't need a spellcaster monster, and how, I wonder how I can defeat him. Now, maybe I can do the exact same strategy. No, it won't work. That's not how this works at all, maybe. And, yep. And now he's doing his whole strategy with strings with the Slifer card, with the whole slime thing from their first duel with Slifer. Instead, he's doing it now for his obelisk and soon later Ra. Now we have more flashbacks about how Yugi's friends were temporarily turned evil during Battle City. This duel is half flashbacks, half talking, and still not as much dueling, because they're always taunting each other for 5 hours. Now, because of something, Yugi can play Monster Reborn like it's a quick play spell, even though you're not allowed to do that, and the card is not in any way a freaking quick play spell, even though it really isn't. Yugi, you might as well explain this one. And Odeon is slowly stumbling out of there, so we can talk some sense of the evil Marik to get good Marik to turn back and get control of his body before we make this entire thing about Facebook. And now, Marik has all his monsters' attack points go to Ra, making all of Ra's attack points almost 7,000. So this is not looking too entirely good right now for Yugi, but we might see how he gets out of this. And now when Yugi sacrifices 2 monsters, but Obelisk for 1 turn, or during that turn, Obelisk attack points come infinity, which is greatly nice for ruining someone's day after they put a new card they really wanted to use, but still didn't because they lost a duel of this. Soon, evil Marik slowly but surely starts to take control of his body because of, the power of friendship and family. This is not Fast and Furious. There are 2 separate entities, and now because of, I guess, the spell card Ragnarok, not based off the Thor movie, by the way, with the 2 god cards, I guess, doing something in a way to help destroy Ra, because let's be honest, let's be fair, let's hope he doesn't have effect to come back from the graveyard. And now, with good Marik being back control firmly of his body, by surrendering in a duel, he's able to completely, for reals this time, destroy his evil half, and Yugi winning Battle City, and also Yugi getting his own body back, being completely fine, and all is good in the world now. Oh man, this is still a crazy tournament from the beginning. And now Yugi also gets the Winged Dragon of Ra for, because the rarest card. Let's be honest, I can spin the whole thing, honestly, this entire time. Did Marik even take a rare card from Joey? I forgot. And now Kaiba tells everyone they have determined to blow up the island now in about 30 minutes, so they better get on the balloon and get away. Why'd you blow it up now? Why couldn't you wait till everyone got off? And now, Maya is awake now, and really made a joke about thinking she was still in the coma to Joey, thinking it was funny. She's fine here. Ultimate Core's here as well. And now they're really ready to get off the island before this entire thing explodes. But of course, the engines aren't starting. That's where the next episode comes into play. And that was the 5-parter for the final duel Battle City with Yugi versus Marik. This is crazy, and once again, the Winged Dragon shows a lot of effect it shouldn't have, and made up definitely in 5 minutes. Very interesting to see Yugi always stop the Winged Dragon Ra from attacking him, and just come up with all these strategies with his own god cards. That's pretty nice. It's still weird for Kaiba to blow up the entire island, though. I'll see you next time for Yugioh Dying to Pokemon Vegan. See you next time. See ya.